If I told you I was out west, you might believe me. But no. I'm in the Baxter State Park. I'm in Maine. Baxter State Park. I've been trying to find, most of the driving to this point, I'm at this place called Marston Trailhead. I don't really plan to do too much hiking today. Today I just want to chill out because I did a bunch of driving and I was a bit tired. But apparently you can take this all the way up the mountains. Got 4,000 feet elevation. But I just think these mountains are really, apparently these are the double top mountains. I don't see any snow up top. I bet there's people up there right now. Little stream back there. It's really quite peaceful out here. I just did a little bit more driving along this road. I think I'll head back towards the Millinocket now. Maybe try another area to explore, but air is so fresh and clean. So many trees out here. I love the gentle swing of the foliage. It's only 12 noon, but it has the vibes of evening time right now. It's really quite nice. There's a nice gentle breeze. It's 72 degrees. Let's see. My Apple Watch, see a little green dot. That's where I am. That's really beautiful. I think people come out here with these little cabins here, camping. It's just really serene. I mean, I don't know what else to say besides it's just beautiful. So I have been on the coasts of New England for just a little bit, and it's really beautiful. Wow. Sunset, it's fall time. It's really gorgeous out here. So I've been road tripping from Ohio for the last 2 weeks. I was in New York, Schenectady, Albany area for about a week. Then I went, well, on the way there, I went to Pittsburgh, up towards the Allegheny National Forest. Then after I left New York, I went towards the Adirondack Mountains. And then, sorry if I'm butchering these names, and then I made my way up to Lake Willoughby in Vermont. Lake Willoughby was beautiful, very, very beautiful. I'd never been up to Vermont. And then after that, I went to New Hampshire, check out Mount Washington. I took the train, like there's a cog railway that takes you up there. So I went up there, and then I went to, what else did I do? I also went to, then from there I went to Maine. So I was in Millinocket, Maine for a little bit. I did a lot of exploring in the forests of northern Maine. Lots of back roads. Very, very awesome. But it was all just trees and forests and things like that. So not a lot of diversity in terms of land, but in terms of just kind of being in a new area for once, it was really awesome just to see all the different areas that you could find out there, and finding those ghost trains were really cool. I had a good time up there. But as far as off-roading and adventures and like things like that out here, I didn't really find too much because there isn't too much public land. Even going up to northern Maine, I had to register at a checkpoint because I'm going through a bunch of private land. Whereas out west, everything is pretty much private at your leisure. You can do whatever you want. So I've taken my GX460 pretty much to both ends of the country. I did not drive into California when I went out to Colorado and Utah. I did go to Nevada briefly. California, I could have gone to visit family, but I chose, I guess I was on a tight schedule and I didn't really want to go all the way to California. After driving so long, I just wanted to get my Airbnb that I was staying in for a month and just kind of stay there. So yeah, I didn't want to go all the way out there. But now being out here in New England and checking out all the different spots out here, I'm very happy that I spent some time out here. It reminds me a little bit of Pacific Northwest. Driving through all the forest roads of Maine reminded me of driving through Alaska, because you would see moose randomly along the roads and things like that. So it felt similar settings in different places, but still I had a really enjoyable time. My Lexus did really well out here. Before I left, I got an oil change, alignment, tire rotation, and wheel balance, and just the general maintenance, top off fluids before I left. So car did pretty good. Of course, I still got about 15 miles to the gallon. Comfortable journey still. It's not exactly the same distance, but going from Cincinnati, Ohio, all the way to Maine, Millinocket, about 17 hours, 1,200 miles. Going out to Colorado or Utah, about 1,600, 1,400 miles. So not exactly the same, but almost very similar, maybe about a couple hours, 4 or 5 hour difference. So, but I still saw so many different states in a short amount of time. That was really cool. Not too much off-roading, like I said. That was the only disappointing factor. I tried to find a bunch of forest roads, but a lot of them were closed off. A lot of them were open. A lot of them were all much the same. I think a lot of the logging companies dug out these little roads that you could go to and check out along the way, but for the most part, pretty like normal, just backcountry roads. A lot of cool things to explore in the woods though. But coming out to New England and coming out to Maine really kind of opened my eyes to the fact that I don't have to go out west all the time to seek beauty and nature. There's a lot to do just right here in New England. Did I find it as diverse as the West? No. But will I come back and visit here? Yes. But I think definitely I need a 4x4, because a lot of the places that I want to visit, a lot of rough roads that take you to places far and beyond. Actually, when I went to go find out the ghost trains, the woman was recommending I have 10-ply tires, which fortunately I do. I have load range E tires. So a lot of cool things out here. A lot of really fun. There is a lot of driving though. Like, it's deceptive. The states look small, but to get from one place to the other place, it actually does take a decent amount of time. I was surprised by that. I know out west it's on the map, like if you look at just normal map, it looks deceptive, but out here it is deceptive too. Some of the distance is quite long. Unfortunately, my GX460, I regained some of the squeaking noise. I think that happens when I get some dirt in the suspension, so I think that must have caused it. I've been trying to find that Tri-Flow lubricant out here in the hardware stores, but I haven't been able to find it. Food out here in New England, I'm not a huge fan of lobster. I did try a few lobster rolls here and there. I need to try some lobster bisque. But yeah, not really too diverse in terms of nature. It's a lot of the same type of foresty, very Pacific Northwest type vibes, but in its own beauty and its own areas to explore. And I think I did cover a lot of ground within a week. I really do think I did. And a lot of friends recommended certain areas I should go explore, and I'm glad I took their advice and I did explore them. Yeah, I don't know, I've just had a good time so far. I'm ready to go back home though. This journey was only about 1,200 miles or so nothing too crazy in terms of mileage. Not like going out west and spending 8,000 miles. It was like 1,200 miles going up northeast, and I'm still on my way back. So tomorrow I'm going to Hartford, Connecticut, and then after that I'll go towards middle of Pennsylvania. Then Sunday I'll be back in Cincinnati, Ohio. So I still got a little bit more to do. I'm gonna try to do some videos on like urban driving in like Boston, New York, but I'm afraid I'm gonna hit my car somewhere. I don't know how driving is. Man, sometimes off-roading is tough, right? But driving like a big car in New York City or Boston, you got to make those intersections, and you get a bunch of drivers who don't have the patience for out-of-towners. So it'll be something to explore. But yeah, just, you know, at the end of the day, my thoughts coming out to New England, to the Northeast. I had a really good time out here. I love the fresh air. People are very friendly, very kind. I got a lot of hi hellos just going into random grocery towns. A lot of people like my car. You do see a lot of ATVs, snowmobiles, side-by-sides, those types of rigs out here. You don't really see, I didn't really see too many like off-road builds. Like if you go to a town like Telluride or Moab, everywhere you see Land Cruisers, 4Runners, Colorados, you know, Chevys, Tahoes, whatever, Ford, Raptors. Didn't really see too much of that out here. I think it's more of a snowmobile, ATV kind of vibe. I will say my favorite part was Maine. I spent more time in Maine. I spent a lot of time going into the north of Maine and seeing the diversity in just terms of, sorry, I don't mean diversity in terms of like landscape, but just activities that I thought weren't possible in a bunch of foresty environments. I was proven wrong. There was a bunch of cool abandoned things, which that's kind of my appeal. I don't really like get an off-road car to go up, you know, rock climbing in Moab and things like that. I get an off-road car so it can take me to places that a normal car would be a little bit, you know, precarious to do so. This is my adventure car. This car takes me to cool places and things like that. So that's exactly why I got the car, and I'm glad it took me to certain places because, man, if I had low-profile tires, if I had a Toyota Camry taking out places like that, I definitely would have popped the tire. So I'm glad that I have a car like this. It's my adventure car. You know, it takes me to cool places, things like that. So it is what it is. I'm not seeking super off-road things. I did find a few off-road paths on the Onyx off-road app in Vermont, but again, it's just like a short little mountain road that has some steep rock crawling aspects to it, but nothing crazy, nothing like Moab, nothing like out west. And again, like I said, it's all private land, so to do it at your own risk. But I mean, at least if you get hurt, somebody may help you. Sorry, there's a lot of flies out here. Mosquitoes. I'm getting eaten alive. Maybe I'm too sweet. Maybe my blood's too sweet. Yeah, I had a good time. And I feel like I'm a little rambling here a little bit, but yeah, I mean, come out to Northeast. I would definitely recommend taking your rig out here, just exploring, just taking the back forest roads, rolling on some backcountry, things like that. I think you'll have a good time coming out here. I would try to stay in Maine for the majority of the time. You can stay in Vermont, New Hampshire. But I think Maine has a lot to offer, especially if you'd stay in a town like Millinocket. Not a lot going on in the town, but around the area, I think there's a lot of beautiful things to do and explore. My car did great out here. Unfortunately, I did get this squeaking back, but mechanically, everything else is fine. No, God bless, no punctured tires, no nothing. I ran 33 PSI most of the time. I didn't change PSI, so it made a change a little bit with elevation. But my car did really good. I mean, obviously I get terrible gas mileage, but that's the price I pay. Even though the states are bigger than they seem, one tank of gas, 290 miles, got me from point A to point B. If I was going from Lake Willoughby, Vermont to Gorham, New Hampshire, if I was going from Gorham, New Hampshire to Millinocket, one tank of gas did it, which was great. Out west, if I'm trying to go from Moab to Grand Junction to Denver or to Salt Lake City, probably gonna need almost maybe 1.5. It depends, it depends. And you wanna get gas so you're not stranded. But yeah, I mean, I had a great time out here. A lot of different vibes, a lot of different people. It opened up my horizons. I got to go to Canada for the first time, just for the hell of it. Yeah, gotten a couple cool stickers as the time has gone on. So this one's a Star Wars one. This one's from Maine. I went to the Cog Railway. Sorry, I'm a little out of breath. I walked up that little hill. New Hampshire, Vermont, the Kinsua State Bridge. A lot of cool things. I love putting stickers in my car. I don't know. It's kind of cool when people drive by. I think they take a little peek. Or maybe they're just looking at who's this douchebag driving this big burly car. I don't think anyone cares. Here's my car. Nice little Cooksey Drive overlook. It's really beautiful out here.